One of Australia's greatest true crime mysteries lies buried here in the public burial grounds of Ipswich General Cemetery in Queensland. Buried in an unmarked grave in 1948, the man that lies here, James Ryan, maintained in the latter part of his life that he in fact was Dan Kelly, a member of the notorious Kelly Gang, headed by infamous bushranger Ned. He maintained that he was his brother and that they had survived the fire at Glenrowan, an incredible claim. Local Ipswich City Councillor, member for Goodna, Paul Tully, spearheaded efforts to have James Ryan's grave acknowledged, and he oversaw the building of this fantastic memorial, which explains the story and even features a sculptor's interpretation of the Kelly armour.
The Kelly Gang were once Australia's most notorious outlaws, made up of Ned Kelly, his brother Dan, and their friends Steve Hart and Joe Byrne. The men were bushrangers who met their fate at Glenrowan, Victoria in June 1880. Police learned that they were at the Glenrowan Inn and soon surrounded it and began a barrage of gunfire. Though pinned down, the gang returned fire all night. To drive them out, police set fire to the pub. The next morning, Ned donned his legendary iron armour and walked out, guns blazing. The police shot Ned in the legs and placed him under arrest. 2 charred bodies, believed to be those of Dan Kelly and Steve Hart, were found. Ned Kelly was executed on the gallows of Melbourne Jail on the 11th of November 1880. His last words were said to be, "Such is life." James Ryan claimed that incredibly he survived the fire. Badly burnt, he managed to haul himself out of the flames and was rescued by a local the next day. He fled to Queensland. For many years he lived near Ipswich, and many people recalled meeting him. They claimed to have seen terrible scars from severe burns on Ryan's upper legs and back. The elderly man had strong knowledge of the Kellys. His story has never been disproved. In 1948, James Ryan was struck and decapitated by a coal train, killed walking home from hospital along the railway line to Ipswich. He was 94 years old.
There's even a ghost story attached to James Ryan. In the section of railway line where he died, well, Queensland Railway engine drivers maintained that either you saw a lantern light produced by the ghost on the tracks, which was your signal to slow down lest the train be derailed, or some engine drivers tell me that you'd actually see the headless corpse of Mr. Ryan walking the tracks. Some drivers by the 1970s claimed that in fact it was the ghost of Ned Kelly himself. You can visit the grave of James Ryan, aka Dan Kelly, on my Ipswich Cemetery Ghost Tour. You can book at ipswichghosttours.com.au or visit our overarching website, Ghost Tours Australia, for all the ghost tours we run. My name is Jack Sim, and we look forward to taking you on a journey to explore Australia's haunted heritage.